What's up, Collins Crew? We're back with another video. We are in our reaction phase of British versus American. What are we reacting to today?
10 weird things about British homes.
All right, so we live in a typical American home. So we're going to see what a typical British home is and see how they are the same or different. So don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. We post
every Sunday, and we post real good on every Sunday. By the way, shout out to the Postmodern family. We're reacting to their video. Go check them out. They do good work. They do good videos. Go check them out.
And the link will be down below if you want to see the original video that we're reacting to.
Today's video, we're going to talk about 10 differences between British homes and American homes.
So this list of 10 items is going to be interesting differences we found living in a home in the UK versus living in a home in the US. The first one is the fact that you have a laundry machine in the kitchen. That was really bizarre for me when I first got here, because I couldn't imagine seeing soiled underwear in the same area that I would have my steak. So,
no, that's
very strange.
I agree.
You washing clothes and dishes at the same time?
Yeah, that's
in
weird.
The same spot?
That's weird.
It's pretty cool though.
No, that's gross. You have stinky socks in the kitchen.
Everything get cleaned at the same time. You got dirty dishes in the sink, so.
I mean, I'm glad you look at it positively.
Yeah, everything get cleaned at the same time. So
it's weird to me.
It's different, but hey, it's
okay.
British.
Number 2, here in the UK, I found these separate water taps where you have a separate one for hot and then a separate one for cold. You see a lot of old sinks and old wash basins that have separate hot and cold. I have heard that there's a reason for that, which is, I forget which one. One of them would be cleaner and the other one would be dirtier based upon the reservoir. It's really weird because I don't know how you make warm water. Like, how would you wash your hands in warm water? You just kind of wash your hands quickly enough so that the hot water doesn't get too hot. Doesn't sound very hygienic.
The third item.
Okay, so our sinks in the bathroom are like that.
No.
Yes, we have the two. We have the two handles in our bathroom.
Yeah, but you can cut them off, but they coming out of one spout. These coming out of two different spouts.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
you're
these
right,
coming out.
Right.
It's a hot spout and cold spout. With ours, with it being one spout, you can mix the hot and cold, make warm water. With
That's true.
Like you say, how can you wash your hands in warm water? Because
like you're
everything
burn
gonna come out
yourself.
hot. Yeah, everything gonna come out hot out of the hot side. So
yeah, I think you would burn yourself.
Is that today? Is that still as of today?
I mean, this is a newer channel. I just found them. So like, when I was doing the research, so I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, separate spots.
Yeah. My concern is mostly about like the kids. If our kids turn on the wrong tap or the wrong faucet, I'm like, we don't call it a tap. If our kids turn on the wrong faucet and turn the hot on, they're going to burn their hand.
But that's why we label it hot and cold.
A little bit odd, and this could be just because we went to some old homes here. It might not be standard, but it's the whole thing where you have toilets that you flush with a chain that's hanging off of a unit.
Oh, yeah.
Either mounted on the wall or on the ceiling. So when you're done your business and you're ready to flush, you pull this chain.
Yeah.
It seems really old-fashioned. I'm used to the sort of lever from the US. And then also the other style, more common probably, is the button in a recess.
Okay, I've seen
here
those.
in the UK. So lots of buttons I found here. I've never seen a button in the US for a toilet flush.
Now
the chain thing I can tell because the toilet's in the wall. So the chain would be in the wall and just coming out the ceiling. So when you flush it, the chain rack's gonna go and it's gonna pull the thing up to let the water down. I can see that because it's in the wall and the toilet's so small, and I can see that. Now the button thing, that's pretty cool.
They have buttons here.
I know they got buttons at workplaces and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. He said he's never seen it, but I've seen it like in public restrooms. I've never seen somebody's house toilet with a button, but I've definitely seen it like if you're in the mall.
Yeah.
And like you go in the restroom in the mall. Well, now, I don't know if you guys have this, but now in public restrooms, they have the automatic where you just get up and the sensor
Yeah.
and it automatically flushes, so you don't have to touch public toilets anymore.
Yep.
But ours are generally on the
lever
side.
high,
It's like a little side lever that you press down.
Or there's a button.
But you're right, it
press
does
on.
make sense. If the toilet's connected to the wall, the chain does make sense because the little lever on the side for us is connected to the chain
Yes.
in the back of
It's
the
just
toilet.
a bigger version of it.
Yeah.
Number 4, the light switches here are very different. In the US, there's a very signature kind of look to our light switches where you flick it up
yeah.
or down. You flick it up to turn on, you flick it down for off, and it kind of looks like someone's nose. You can flick up or down. But here, the light switches are usually like pressable. So they usually are on an angle and you can either press
Tilt
it to turn it off or on. So it depends on where you press the switch. That's very different here, and I see those everywhere.
The 5th item that's a little bit...
We got those, and what she's talking about is the wall right here.
Yeah, we have both in our current house.
Yes, we have the ones. The first one she's talking about right there.
Yeah, the ones like the nose she was talking
and the
about.
click ones that press up and down. We have
the press up and down is for our outside light.
Yes,
but I mean, I would still say that it's not. I don't know. Maybe they haven't lived in the U.S. in a long time, but I feel like it just depends on the design of the house.
That you'll get both of them.
Yeah, either you'll get both of them, or if you aesthetically like one over the other.
Yes, it's easy accessible now. You can get all those with the same, same thing. So okay.
Yeah.
Bit frustrating actually. This difference is the fact that your electrical plugs are like the size of my face. They're like huge. In the US, they're small like that. I've been told by a few other people that it's a health and safety measure, that they're that big so that children's fingers couldn't connect or bridge across the positive and the negative, something along those lines. But it's big for safety. It just makes me think of children's plugs, kind of.
I can understand that. Kids do the darndest things. And they do all kind of crazy things.
Yeah, that you don't expect.
And we're not always there to see what they're doing. So I can see with the big plug, it kind of deteriorates the kid. Like, I don't want to play with this. This don't look like it's nothing fun to play with. So, okay, British. The smart choice.
Number 6 is very clever, and I think we should adopt this in the US, which are the electrical outlets have switches on them. So you can turn outlets on or off based on when you use it or not. It's much safer, I think, because then you can turn the entire outlet off, the ones near the ground that maybe the children are playing around. I think it's really something that we should do in the US, and I'm sure they've started to do it, but it wasn't very common when we lived there.
The 7th thing that...
I've never seen that. So I know she thinks they're common. I have never seen where you could turn your electricity off. Well, no, that's not true. Because that red and black button.
That's if the breakers break. That's if the breakers go off.
Connect the breaker to pop it back on. But what I do think that they didn't say is, I wonder if that would make our electricity bill go down.
It probably would, because you're not using all the electricity around.
Yeah, because ours are just constant. Like right now, it's just, if you could see on the walls and the floor next to us, our plugs don't have that.
No.
It's just constantly on and a live wire. I mean, I think that her point about the kids electrocuting themselves, the plug socket is so small you couldn't get your hand in there if you tried. But, I mean, they could put like a paper clip or something if they unbent it. But as far as turning it on or off, just practicality, I think the bill thing would be a great reason to have that. I just would hate going on vacation trying to go around the whole house turning all things off.
Now, if you childproof your house, then cool. I come from, short story time, I come from a house that wasn't childproof. And I was one of those kids that, just to let y'all know, one time, I got shocked. And I didn't know what I was doing. I tried to hide a necklace in the wall, in the plug, and I thought it could just go in. And I had a little flat chain. I tried to hide it in the plug socket. And when I got a quarter way in, I'm talking about burnt my fingers. And I tell you this, it's a good lesson learner because you never stick nothing else in there. But I'm just saying, just short story time. I tried to hide a necklace because they steal at my house when I was growing up. And I ain't want to steal my new chain I got. And I tried to hide in the plug, and Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that, kids. That's not a hiding spot. That's not a hiding location. Just let you know, child-proof your home, because you have a kid like me growing up who think that it don't mean anything, and you'll shock yourself because metal don't go together. So
Wow, things I never knew about my
Yeah.
husband. Okay, just learned something new.
just let you know.
That's different here in the UK, which is really kind of silly, if I'm honest, is that your garages or garages are
Garages.
built not for holding cars, but for holding junk. I've never seen, not never, but very rarely have I seen a British person who has a garage use it to house their car. So just it's more like a storage unit. Why not just call it, oh yeah, it's a 3-bedroom with a storage unit.
Number 8.
And fun fact about Americans, if you drive around neighborhoods and look at some of these people's garages, it is a storage unit. A lot of people put a lot of stuff in the garage when they outgrow the house, and you can tell when people been in the house for 10, 15, 20 years. Go look at their garage. If they can't get their car down no more because they've stuck everything in the garage, it's a storage unit. I know a lot of you may say it's weird because now the garage is small, you can't put your car in it. That's different. You know, it's small
that
enough.
one, like if you looked at that car they just showed right there.
Yes.
So literally, you can get the car in, but how in the heck are you supposed to open the doors like to get out once
Yes.
the car is in the garage?
The garage.
Like
The garage.
whatever,
How he said it.
however he said it, which was really weird.
Yeah.
The garage.
The garage. But yeah, if you go in America, if you go around a lot of people's garages, it's storage units because they just stick everything in it. I know I got 2 garages close to me. My next door neighbor garage, you can't get anything in there. Just in typical, if you look at the garages, it's a storage unit. It's the only space we could put stuff that you won't see it in the house. Smart.
8 is something that I have found in pretty much every home here in the UK, which is a fireplace, whether it be real
Yes.
chimney, wood burning fire, or it's an electrical fire or gas powered fire. Every single home has a little fireplace. And in the US, it's not like that at all, especially not in the South. I mean, that would be ridiculous, especially in Florida. Why would you have a fireplace? Most people in the US aren't used to having fireplaces in the house. And so I find it interesting that here, even in the smallest little flat, you would have a fireplace, or in a row home. We stayed at an Airbnb in York, and it was a quite small Airbnb. It was in the middle of a row home, like a maisonette kind of style. It itself had a real fire that had a chimney and everything, and I thought, wow, they live in such close quarters, and yet they still have to have a fireplace. And I guess if you think about it, back then, it was like the only way you would heat a house, so you'd have to have it.
The 9th
Okay, that's not weird to me.
No.
Story time.
Talking about a fireplace. You got it?
Okay.
Okay.
So Texas had, if you've ever searched on YouTube, Texas had the Texas freeze, and the freeze was horrible.
About 3 years ago?
3, 4
Yeah,
years
about 3
ago,
years,
something
3, 4
like
years
that,
ago,
3, 4
yeah.
years ago. The Texas freeze was absolutely horrendous, right? And she's right. A lot of homes in the South do not have a fireplace. Our house at the time during the freeze did have a fireplace. We had about 10 of our friends come over, and we all, during the freeze, because there was no power, no nothing. And if you know Texas average temps, I have a hoodie on right now, and that's because it just dropped down to 60, and for us, that's cold. And everybody was sleeping. We had the fireplace blazing, and everybody was sleeping in front of the fireplace. And we have vowed since the freeze, we will never, even though we live in the South, not have a house without a fireplace.
And just to add context to that story, if you know Texas run on their own grid, and they have a tendency to cut the power off intentionally to save the grid. And a lot of people don't have power because they did that to save the grid, which is, crazy to us because everywhere else
seems inhumane.
Exactly. Everywhere else, they just grab power from other people and help. But Texas, they do things different. And a lot of our friends was caught in a situation where their power was turned off, not because they didn't pay their bill or nothing like that. It was just, they just cut
Okay.
their power off. So, and they came over our house, and that's why they was at our house. And we vowed to never again, ever live without a fireplace or a generator. That's another thing. If you don't have them, get a generator, then you'll never lose power again. That's one thing we'll never lose. But just to add the context that story she was telling, their power got cut off. That's why they was at our house. So, yeah.
Ninth thing I found bizarre here in the UK. In some showers, you have the hot water unit mounted on the wall of the shower. There's a dedicated hot water heater mounted on the shower wall. Yeah. It's been a bit frustrating because they tend to be really weak water heaters and sporadic as well. So it'll go hot, it'll go cold.
Oh my God.
It won't ever go hot. I guess necessity is the mother of all invention, and having old homes that didn't have central water boilers, if you will, you want to put dedicated heaters in the areas that you need it, but it just doesn't work.
Nope.
I'm a truck driver, and I've seen that before. In a lot of the small towns that I drive through, and we got to take showers because you got to be clean. You know, you can't be dirty just driving trucks. But a lot of showers we go to, a lot of the big stores that's not big, like mom and pops, they have those on the wall. They're like the heat control, cut the hot water off, It's useful when it works, but when it don't work, we just taking a cold prison shower. And, you know, that's just different, but I've seen those before.
Okay, I've never seen those. Because I was about to say, what in the heck are you talking about?
Yeah, I've seen those before.
I've never seen that before.
It's weird.
And we have hot water tanks in our houses.
Hot water heaters, yeah.
No, the tank, because we just had to get ours fixed.
Yeah.
The tanks are in the houses, and now they're going to tankless, right? Because
eventually,
yeah. Because when our literally just went out, but when they wanted to fix it, they asked us if we wanted to buy the tankless system because all new homes in the U.S. are being built. I don't know what it is, but it's basically a hot water system that's in the internal pieces of the wall, just like our AC is up in the attic, and then it just blows out throughout. But so that's different, very different.
Number 10 is probably my favorite thing about living here in the UK is that there are no insect screens, neither on the windows or the doors. In the US, it is very popular. I don't think I know of any house that has no insect screens. So typically in your front door, the first door you would face would be either a screen or it would be a clear glass door.
Yep.
On windows, you would also have the normal window that's glass, and then you would have a screen. It's very necessary to have insect screens in the US because there's so many insects. Whereas here, I've only seen some flies and some bumblebees, but we don't see any mosquitoes, which is fantastic.
Wow.
I think that this is one of the big pluses on living here in the UK is that you don't have any insect screens.
Wow.
What do you prefer?
We're going to UK. Hey, I'm tired of these mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I'm tired of these wasps. I'm tired of these bees and these horseflies.
We literally just killed a wasp the other day because it got in.
Yeah.
And we do, like she said, we have the glass door in front of the real door.
Yes.
We have the screens on all of the windows, and somehow they still
get in. They find a way.
Gosh.
They find their way in. These tree roaches. These, you know, it's summertime in the wood. Them big old,
No, they're not used to that.
I know they're not. I'm
we
saying.
have flying cockroaches.
The people in the U.S. know if you in your house in the summertime, the big tree roaches come out and want to land on you, and you thought you seen Jesus. So, look, that's a different thing. They ain't got that many bugs. Wow.
That's a bonus on you guys. Like
that's a real good bonus.
That's an awesome bonus.
Yeah.
To say.
Do you prefer British homes or U.S. homes?
No, I prefer U.S. homes.
You prefer British homes or U.S. homes?
I don't know. So like when we get ready, we're looking at getting our vacation situated to be able to go over to the UK. I have thought about staying instead of at a hotel in an Airbnb just to be able to experience like what a home would be like in England versus here.
Okay.
Even if it's just for a night or two, just to kind of see the difference. The only thing I'm hesitant on is that you guys don't have air conditioning units in your houses.
Yeah.
And we are an icebox house. Like, we keep our air lower. Like, even in the winter, our AC is still on. We like it cold.
But you want to get the whole experience.
I know.
You want to grit it out. You want to give the people the,
It's on the table. It's not.
You can't take that bouginess with you everywhere.
It's knocked off the table, but I don't know if I can get behind the no AC. I would love to experience all the other parts of the house. Like, I think that would be so cool to have that real world experience.
Well, yep, that would be the end of everything. Thank you for checking in. And I don't know.
What would you rather do?
Because I've been living in an American house so long that, I know nothing else.
Right.
But to go over there and I give it an experience.
Yeah.
I give it a try.
Yeah.
I give it 5 nights. She only giving 2. I give it 5 good nights. I feel like I'm camping, 78 degrees in the house.
I think I'm wondering how warm does their summer get? Because summer for me is Texas, Florida mindset, right? Like,
and that's
so
98, 106,
Yeah,
102.
I'm thinking super hot, and super hot like that with no AC just seems miserable. So, and then from other things that I've seen, you guys just open the window. I'm like, that little breeze out there is not gonna knock out that heat like that. So
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, that's something that I'm always like kind of concerned with. So who knows? But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, leave some comments down below. Hopefully you enjoyed this video where we compared American and British homes. We definitely learned some things that are new that we definitely did not realize that their homes were so different than ours. But don't forget, as always,
Jesus loves you. Oh, yeah, that is true. He do love you.
Okay,
but,
we're going to try that ending one more time.
No,
we're going to cut that.
But Jesus do love you, and we're going to get to that. But I'm quite sure it's a lot more things that we don't know about British homes.
Yeah, leave a comment if there's something else that maybe they didn't mention about a British home that's there. Let us know, because, like we said, we've only experienced American homes. We only know what it's like here.
Yeah. Or recommend the video to us, do that too.
Yeah. You
can recommend hit that like button, hit the subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. But I appreciate y'all for checking in with us. Keep rocking with us. We got plenty more to come. And always remember,
Jesus loves you.
And he will always love you more and more. Until next time, bye.